Hello and welcome to another edition of Digital Dialogues from Maritime Gateway. Today, our guest is V. Kalyana Rama, Chairman and Managing Director of Container Corporation of India. Kalyana Rama is the youngest CMD of Concur, which is a Navaratna PSU under Ministry of Railways. He is a mechanical engineer with ICWI. He is an Indian Railways Traffic Services IRTS officer of 1987 batch. Prior to joining Board of Directors of Concur as Director Project Services, he held various assignments such as Executive Director, Chief General Manager in Concur. He was instrumental in developing container depots in South Central and Southern regions of Concur. He has steered new initiatives and diversified business models for creating new engines of growth for the company. Under his leadership, bulk handling solutions, distribution logistics, FMLM, and business solutions have been pioneered. Besides, introduction of various digital initiatives like AI and ML, automated billing of vendors, e-office, etc. Under his leadership, Concur has been confirmed with various prestigious awards and has been continuously listed in the Fortune 500 Indian companies. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation and joining the show. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, Ram Prasad.
I think at the beginning of the year, you were targeting 10% growth for the company. So when you look back, how has been the situation?
Growth is very good. Actually, we, in the last 7 years, we had all the balance sheets every quarter. They were better than the previous quarter. The growth was going on and we picked up the growth from 2017 onwards very well. But unfortunately, the COVID 2 years has put a break, particularly 2 quarters in the COVID. That affected very badly and the shutdowns and all those negative effects. That has put little break on our growth. But after 6 months of COVID, in the second phase of COVID, we started getting a V-shaped recovery. And last year we had good growth, very good growth. We touched 8,500 crores. And this year also the growth is continuing. So I am sure that the growth will continue for the time being, yes. Because I'm not seeing any major changes in the sector where we are operating.
When we look at the numbers in terms of volumes, where is the growth coming from? Can you give me an insight into domestic and EXIM cargos?
Yeah, it's a very good question. That is actually the real logistics picture is coming out in our growth story, Concur growth story. As I always tell, for doing logistics, India is the best market. We got 140 crore population. And where there is population, there you can do a better logistics. You can create a very good advanced logistics system. But when there is no population, you go to a country like Sweden where the entire population is only 10 million. What sort of logistics you can do? It's the limitations will come. Here we got major opportunities. In line with that, if we see in 2016 when I took over as CMD, the receipts from EXIM operations used to be 80% in our revenue side, and from domestic it used to be 20%. And last year balance sheet, if you see, it is 65% from EXIM, 35% from domestic. So it's very obvious that domestic numbers are continuously increasing. The domestic growth rate is about 28% a year before, and last year in volume it is almost 18%. And there is a lot of opportunity in domestic. As in the introduction, as you mentioned, the new solutions which we brought in, business solutions, business support services we call it, bulk handling solutions, they got huge potential. So the sky is the limit for the domestic to grow. I put a target for myself and my team. We discussed it. We thought we will bring in domestic to 40% and EXIM to 60% before 2025. I think we are on the target. The company will achieve that. And ultimately, it will be 50-50, domestic 50 and export 50.
Let me come to the solution that you mentioned, bulk handling solutions. Actually, there are three fascinating, very innovating, path-breaking solutions that you have designed. One is this bulk handling, especially I think cement. Then the second one is container as warehousing and distributed logistics. So, can you give me an insight into how this has taken off and how is the market acceptability?
Bulk handling solution, we targeted first cement because cement is the toughest commodity to handle in bulk. When I am mentioning and we are talking of bulk handling solution, you see, there is a solution available for bulk handling of cement, but then that is in a specialized container. So any specialized stock, the main problem is an inbuilt empty run will be there. It will be one side loaded and one side empty. And all of us know to carry out a logistics in profitable manner, both sides loaded run is required. And if you can reduce the empty run as much as possible, that much your profitability will increase. So our solution is using the normal GP containers, using flexi bags, so that once the cement is unloaded, the container is available for any other goods. So this solution we targeted cement because in that particular method of evacuation, cement is the toughest commodity to evacuate. And we could devise a beautiful system. The system what we devised is much more eco-friendly than what now presently the cement is carrying. Cement is handled. So cement logistics, by doing in our method, the entire, we can reduce a lot of pollution thing, and that is very environment friendly. It is cost effective. There is a lot of savings for the cement manufacturers and cement users. And the third thing is, cement is produced in bulk, used in bulk, but carried in bag, just because we don't have the proper wherewithal to carry it in bulk. So when we looked at the market in cement, the usage on the usage front, customers can accept 70% of the usage can be acceptable in bulk itself. In fact, they are receiving in bag and bags are being torn and the cement is poured out, creating a lot of pollution. So the acceptability of the solution was very great. As all of us know, there are established systems. There are a lot of ecosystem developed for the model, conventional model which is going on. So if you ask me, has it taken off with a bang? No, it never happens because the ecosystem we have to develop for the new thing. But the acceptability was very good. We could do almost 40,000 containers in the first year itself. We did in South from Jagaipet to Arkonam and Tondiyarpet, and in the West from Udaipur to Bombay and Ankleshwar. Logistics lanes were established for bulk cement handling. Presently, there is, again, because we are rail-based operator, the railway tariff fixed by Indian Railways plays a major part in our solutions. So there was some new thinking going on in the railways. I discussed this. Decision will come. So for the time being, presently we are on a hold on the bulk cement, but the solution is fantastic solution, and there is no doubt it is going to take off. Because two more points I will add here. In the solution, whatever I mentioned, in addition to that, the cement companies need not go for a permanent infrastructure to develop a market. Because container as a warehouse, which I am going to talk after this, is also a part of the solution. The cement will be stored in containers, will be supplied directly from containers, and the bulk cement supply will be done. In addition to that, if there is a bag cement market, small retail market, for that they need not carry bags. We developed bagging equipment in, again, a portable bagging equipment fitted into a container. So wherever we are dealing with bulk, we will fix up the portable bagging plants, which can bag 20 tons an hour, each machine. 20 tons means 400 bags an hour. So you can understand, for the small markets, In a day, even working for 10-15 hours, we can create 6,000 bags and can supply the market. So the entire solution is storage, bagging, and distribution, all fixed into this solution. So I have no doubt that this solution is going to change the way the cement logistics are done in India. So container as warehousing.
We are talking about the container as a warehousing. Yeah.
So the idea is the goods when they stuffed into container, if they have to be stored into a warehouse again, that intermediate handling, it involves three handlings: unloading from container and loading onto a truck, unloading into the warehouse, and again picking up from the warehouse and again for the distribution loading onto the truck. So three handlings. So every handling is cost as well as wastage. So what we proposed to our customers, use container as a warehouse and pay us on a dynamic price. As on date, we fix 200 rupees per day per usage. So it's very flexible operation. One need not hire the container for a longer period. Suppose 90 containers a customer move, he need not take any warehouse on rent. He is trying to establish a new market. Keep the goods in containers. We will directly distribute it from there itself. So again, the distribution logistics is merged with this container warehousing method again. So both the things will be, if the customer wants, we will do the distribution, or customer himself can do it. The goods are in container. He could unload. We give some free time for that 90 containers. After free time, suppose 40 containers are remaining. We'll charge for the first day 40 containers. On that day, if you unloaded 10 containers, next day it will be charged only for 30 containers. It's a daily usage rate. So it's very advantageous for the merchants and the traders and also the wholesale distributors, because they need not rent warehouses on a long term, like 6 months, 1 year. And if they don't have goods, they have to pay an idle rent. So this has picked up very well. And lot of new markets established. Something like the products like soda ash and some other materials, industrial products, where they don't sell it at the production point. They bring it to the consumption point and try to market it. So there are products like that, a lot of products in India available, where the selling is happening at the consumption point. The goods are moved there and stocked. So what we hear, stockyards for steel. So these stockyards, there is a lot of commodities like that, which will be moved to the stockyard, and then the marketing starts. So this method, it is giving a lot of flexibility to these companies to move their product, stock it, and then explore the market. And the cost is only 200 rupees per container. So for 30 ton storage, it's just 200 rupees per day. 6 rupees 50 paise per a ton of material. So it's nothing. So even if 2-3 days they find a market, it's 20 rupees per ton. So all of us can understand it's just nothing.
Okay, in terms of logistics for you, moving the containers and then relocating them, is that a challenge?
No, that is, we are into that operation. We move the container, we store the containers, or our yards are there. So our yards are used as warehouse. Instead of constructing permanent warehouses, we are using the containers there. Only the challenge in this, which has come to us, is after the Galvan incident, the India put a ban on importing containers from China. Of course, it is rightfully so. And we, such a big country, we should develop our own container manufacturing capability. So this question you are asked, I will add here at this moment, because this is the right moment to add about container manufacturing, what we developed. And of course, I played a major role in this, and Kankar has taken a lot of initiative in this. Today, I can proudly say that the ecosystem is developing in India. On regular basis, around 600 to 700 containers are getting manufactured in India every month. And it will go further. So we have released order for 18,000 containers, and every month we are receiving now around 700 new containers into our system. So because of this break between from 2020 October till this ecosystem is getting developed, there was, we were facing little shortage of containers sometimes to really encourage the container warehousing. So people are ready. They want to use the container warehousing. And any day, if I look at my position, almost 5,000 containers are in container warehousing. The number will go to 15,000 if we make it free. So we are trying to, because the utilization is also important, because we have to supply the containers. We are making a balanced approach here. But once container ecosystem developed in India, as I said, there were almost 600 containers getting manufactured. Maybe in a year's, 2 years time, it will be in a month. India will be in a position to produce 3 to 4,000 containers a month. A lot of new manufacturers are interested to start manufacturing containers. Once that comes, more number of containers will come into the system. This will again take off very well, because this is avoiding 3 handlings. Each handling is a cost. That's multiple 3 handling cost saving is a huge cost saving in any product.
At one point of time, we had this major challenge of relocating empty containers, and which was huge cost on the company. So, anything done or any improvement done in this?
That was on the exim containers, export-import containers. So the empty containers were not available. There was a shortage, so we gave a scheme to encourage shipping lines to come into the hinterland. We said, okay, we will give you 50% discount. Move the empty container into India. So as Concur being a PSU, profit is not the only motive. The motive is to even serve the export importers of India. So this was very well appreciated by everyone in India and in the government. And Honorable Minister was very happy, Commerce, now Present Commerce Minister, he was very happy. So that we could do that scheme. And it really benefited. Really, even now also we are running a scheme, we call it 1+1 scheme. So we try to move empty containers free. With 1 loaded containers extra we get. So whatever we bring in, trying to help the exporters, supporters in India, but at the same time being a commercial organization, I must look at my balance sheet and my bottom line. So we try to combine it in a balanced manner so that it serves both the purposes.
So let's talk about the digital initiatives that you have taken in terms of improving operational efficiency. How does they benefit Concur, and also what do they mean for the customer?
Yeah, I'll start with the customer. So all the digital initiatives I started in the last 7 years, the main focus is customer value creation. So when I took over as the chairman of this company, the first thing I said to my team and the all Concurians, that our quality policy is 3 words. It's customer value creation. That is our quality policy. We must create value as much as possible for the customer. So I always give an example of Diwali sweets to my guys whenever I talk to my colleagues. If somebody wants to sell Diwali sweets in America, if we can't take it before Diwali, 15 days before them to America, then that becomes a 0 value. If we take it to 15 days before to America, we make it reach America, it's 100% value. Even on the Diwali day they reach, it is 0 value. So this is what. So first we started how to bring certainty of action into the company. So we started first with KYCL, know your container location. That was the first digital initiative we have taken. We said customer coming into our terminal should not go on searching for his container where it is. It should be available on net. He let him sit in his office and send his guys to look at the container and do his business. It was very successful. It took us 6 months to bring in all over India, and it was very successful with the customers. Then after that, we brought in e-filing. So a customer need not come to our depot. Let him sit in his office and file the papers. And along with e-filing, we started e-office. Today our office is totally paperless. You might have seen when you come to room, no files will be there with me. All will be in the computer where I am now speaking to you. So that gave us a lot of flexibility. Wherever I am, I can deal with the files. All my colleagues, they need not come to office. So they can carry on marketing work, they can meet customers, but at the same time, the office work is continuously going. It brought in so much of efficiency. For a decision to be taken in Chennai, it will be taken in a day even with my signature, because it moves on the electronic mode. So absolute fast, a very high speed and motivation to my staff. That also helped in working in COVID. We need not close our office for even a single day. We were sitting in a house during lockdown, but we were working 100%. Then we brought in e-billing for vendors and for the contractors, everyone. So along with e-billing, we said we will pay the bill in 3 days time. So the contractor or the vendor need not come to my office physically. Let him do his work and we will generate the bill. So in e-billing, there is another very interesting thing. Normally, in any company, the vendor or the service provider, after providing the service, he prepares a bill and he submits it to the company for verification, and the payment is done based on that after verification. When we developed KYC and the certainty of action, we started capturing each and every activity happening in all our place. Like if the cargo is moved, it is captured. Cargo is stuffed, it is captured. Container is moved, it is captured. Container is handled, captured. So every activity is captured. So our system is that our outsourced model. We are very lean company. This is one interesting point I would like to share with you. The company which did 8,500 crores turnover last year with 1320 employees. So per employee turnover is more than 6.5 crores. It matches not only with any other public sector, but even in any private sector. I don't think even private sector, the companies which are working in our field will have more staff for the amount of turnover they do. I have seen, we are the most efficient compared to any private company. I am not talking about the PSU. As a private company also we are more efficient. So to bring this, we digitize, we capture every action. So when we are capturing every action, we thought, why should contractor or the vendor should submit us the bill? We got all our things, everything is in our computer. We said, you need not submit us invoice. It was a shock to many of my service providers. They said, sir, we need not submit. I said, no, we need not submit. We will give you the bill. You give us the top sheets because we have to pay GST, we have to otherwise reimburse their GST. We need a top sheet and give us the all other statutory things like PF payment, EPF, ESI. So these things please give us. And that also electronically. So we gave 1 day time to them. And once they come, then it is electronically checked and the bank payment is done through RTGS into their bank account. No check. In my company, no check is written or given to anyone. It is all electronic payment, 100% digitized, no cash dealing. So this has helped us tremendously because the vendors become more interested. The rates we got are better rates. So we could control our costs and pass on the same to the customer. So again, the customer value creation was back of our mind. So after e-billing, then we started recently a container terminal management system, completely automated container terminal management system based on AI. So this is now more or less testing is completed. Commercial usage has to come. We are doing it at our flagship terminal, Tughlakabad. Once it is proven, then we will expand it all over. Again, here, what is the customer value creation in this is not only doing everything digitally. Now, it is video-based capturing of data. So, we will share the video live 24/7 with my customer. So, look at this. Customer sitting in, maybe in US, he is importing something from India. In his office, he can sit and can see how his cargo is received, how it is stored, how it is handled, how it is stuffed, and also the counting, the number of pieces stuffed into container, we will provide him live. So there is no dispute between the exporter and importer because he is watching and he is getting his video proof of the number of pieces stuffed, sealed, and the seal number is available with him. Once it reaches there, he will be able to have the goods. Same with the import. Somebody send it, we will show him video-based operations. So the customer value which we are creating here is enormous because all of us know when we could see what the goods which we are buying or something, how they are being handled, and we will have, I think, 100% mental satisfaction. So this is the ultimate customer value creation we are trying to achieve. And again, there is a business sense in this. Once we get this, I am sure everyone wants to handle their cargo in Concur.
How Concur is supporting the trade in our neighboring countries, Nepal and Bangladesh?
Yeah, we are carrying out our operations, so continuously the containers are moved. All the third country cargo for Nepal from port, we are moving, and that with ETCS system, it has become very efficient operation. In addition to that, bilateral cargo also, we are giving our own containers for Bangladesh and for Nepal. In our domestic containers, we carry the cargo to these two countries. So the exporters are getting benefited. So in Bangladesh, the Bangladesh railway has got constraint. They can't deal with more trains. They can't receive more than 3 trains a day. That is, their railway system is not as efficient as our railway system. To overcome that, we have given a scheme to our exporters. We give our containers. We move it up to the border if they require. And from there, they can move it by any other mode. Can take the container into Bangladesh and bring it back. And again, like container warehousing charges, we fix some charges. So we are extending our help as much as possible for encouraging exports from India to the neighboring countries and also to the world over.
Any investments into new infrastructure, sir? Any new infrastructure is coming up?
We are trying to make a balanced approach here again. We are developing new terminals. So the new terminals this year, one we already completed almost, it's in the final stages. Some railway connections have to be done at Kalinganagar. Our Paradip MMLP at the port side is fully operational now. We are coming up one at Kadakola. This is Nanjangud near Mysore. Work is completed. Again, we are waiting for some little bit of railway formalities to be done. So it will start any time, that Kadakola and Kalinganagar, in another 1 month, 2 months time. And also some more terminals we are planning near Delhi, in Punjab, and near Bombay we are looking for, and in Rajasthan we are looking for 1 or 2 terminals. So continuously we are on the expansion mode. In addition to that, we are trying to develop some asset-light models, collaborating with the private in the PPP mode, so that the asset will be owned by the private entrepreneur. They will work with us. We will provide all the systems and the procedures and the marketing support. So that is another system we are developing. The major investment in the next 5 years will be in the rolling stock. We ordered, and our rolling stock program is quite an impressive program. Last year, even with all that COVID effects and this, and we added good number of rigs. This year we will be adding almost 30-40 rigs. There was some problem with the wheels, but we overcome all that. Like containers, we developed an ecosystem for wheel manufacturing. Also, we developed an ecosystem. Other than railway wheel manufacturing, see, there is a restriction from railways earlier that you can't buy wheels other than railway factory. That is RWF Bangalore. Now they have lifted that restriction. They said you can do. So instead of importing from China again, we developed an ecosystem within India. We are manufacturing wheels. We are getting axles turned out, and we are getting them pressed. So now wheels shortage is gone. So we will be getting 40 rigs this, and our total program is for almost next 200 rigs. So our program is approved by the board, and containers, and in the handling equipment. There will be huge investment into this. Major capital investment will be into this. And the terminals, the steady progress over there.
Any update on the disinvestment process, which has been in a limbo for long? I think the cabinet has cleared the land licensing policy. So what next?
So this is $1 billion question everybody asks me. And my answer is, as of now, it is in limbo. And it may continue. You see, there is a clear divide in the business as well as in the government. That's why a very well-run, efficient PSU and profit-making PSU to be privatized. So I can't comment on that because it's a government decision. So as of now, yes, divestment is still on, but not happening. There is no movement at all. So myself and my team, we forgot about it, and we carry on our own work, and we feel that we will be able to deliver the best in the industry even as a PSU.
So, sir, you have grown within the ranks of this organization, and I think not only the youngest CMD, but maybe longest serving CMD. So, how has been the experience with Concur?
I had a very nice experience with Concur. Maybe without this, I would have not achieved what the personal satisfaction I achieved. I could experiment with many new things. Right from the time I started from railways, I moved on to Concur in 2002. From then onwards, I was experimenting many things, developed a lot of terminals, designed new terminals. So all this experience, it would have not been possible without Concur. And as a person also, I think I got matured much working here. And heading this organization for 7 years has given a lot of insight for me for the about the trade and industry of India, exim business, whatnot. My vision has really grown much beyond. I would have been a railway officer, continued in railways where I joined. Maybe I would have not achieved this much. So I am very much satisfied, and in fact, we had some function yesterday. They named it Sunhare Ade. So मेरा भी बहुत अच्छे सुनहरे यादें आए Concur का साथ.
Wonderful. On that note, Kalyana Rama garu, thank you very much for joining us and sharing a lot of insights, not only into the Concur's ongoing business activities and the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ramaprasad.